What? The Frame, released in 2014 and is directed by Jamin Winans, who we talked about earlier this week with his movie of Ink, and is becoming one of my favorite directors. And this movie is starring Tiffany Muallim, Christopher Soren Kelly, and David Carranza, who the entire time I thought was like a brother or at least a cousin of famous WWE superstar Roman Reigns. The entire time watching him, I just wanted him to go, ooh-wah! Come on, David, do it. Do an ooh-wah for me. Dave? David? Dave, can you do it? Ooh, what? No, he's not going to do it. But the reason why we're talking about The Frame this week is because this director was actually a PayPal recommendation and donation from one of my biggest supporters on this channel, Autumn Blood. She strikes again with another amazing movie, and really her recommendation here has introduced me to a director who has an amazing artistic craft for directing. I just love his work. I've only seen the two things, but he is amazing, and I am so happy that you made the recommendation, Autumn Blood. This is awesome. So if any of you out there also want to be like Autumn Blood and help contribute and support to this channel, you can make a PayPal donation by clicking on the donate button on the main page of my YouTube channel. Any size donation will do. And if you have a movie that you really want me to review and give you a shout out on the channel for, you can attach your movie with your donation, and if I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and publish my review of it as quickly as I possibly can for you. Alex, played by David Carranza, is a professional thief that is this drug cartel's go-to guy to get the heist done. And Sam, played by Tiffany Muallim, is an EMT who has a good heart and is really damn good at her job. But at the end of both of their hard days, they come back to their apartment to sit down on the couch and watch their favorite TV show. However, we come to realize that both of these TV shows are actually these two people's lives. Now the two characters are struggling to figure out, is this all one big hallucination, or are both of them trapped in a TV frame with each other? That's the reason why the movie is called The Frame. It's because it's the frame of the TV. Here, I thought it was going to be a story about a supernatural picture frame. Which, I mean, it's moving pictures, so I guess that was kind of true. Jamin Winans strikes again for me. This story is so original and so creative, and again, is done on a budget that is much smaller than what you would typically see for a big theatrical movie studio blockbuster. Definitely more than what we saw with Ink, but again, it's this director's craft. It's his storytelling. The way he tells stories is so intriguing. Here, we start off, we're not given a lot of exposition. We kind of just dive in, and the director dials into these very universal concepts and themes that all of us in the world go through. We go through struggles with dealing with our family if we've had an abusive childhood. We deal with our parents dealing with their final days and dealing with hospice and hospital care. But then also feeling like, you know, what is our journey? What is our path? And feeling like we're just kind of trapped or we're being watched by something. All of these are universal fears and universal ideas. So the lack of exposition and just diving into these characters' situation, I feel attached to them even though I don't know who they are. I mean, they're two pretty damn good looking people. I mean, that fact is pretty obvious. I would say the movie is a mixture between The Truman Show and a film called In Your Eyes that was written by Joss Whedon. We have these characters who seem to be living their normal everyday life, but they're being watched by someone, they're being controlled by someone. But then they're also connected virtually, like they never meet at all. It's a really cool concept. This movie is just a really cool film, and it's intriguing. Like, I want to know, okay, so you figured out that either this is a prank, you're being watched by some crime lord or some drug lord, and then you come to realize, like, no, this is actually happening. You're watching me and my life, I'm watching you in your life. Are we dealing with some type of, like, multiverse? Barry Allen went too far back in time and now has split everything. Yeah, it was probably Barry Allen. He fucks up everything. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, I don't care. I'm just intrigued by these people and I'm intrigued by this story. And it's also a very powerful thing to see the realization that your life is kind of inconsequential and your life is so small in the grand scheme of just the world. I mean, it could be so small that it just fits into a moving picture frame. That's how short your snippet of life is in the vast world that is this Earth. Not to sound morbid or sad or anything like that, but you know, it's something to contemplate. But I love watching these characters kind of pull the curtain back on what's happening, what is actually happening. I still have questions on, and I'm still confused. That's why I said what the what at the beginning of this review, because I'm still what the whatting. We have supernatural entities here that I don't want to get into because I don't want to spoil anything. It's just, it's an ambiguous film, so the ending, it's very open to interpretation. And a lot of what's happening here, I guess, is also open to interpretation. They don't come out and flat out give you the definition or spell it out for you exactly what's happening here, but you have a sense. But you can tell from the time that this director made Ink to this film that he improved his craft. The use of lighting, the cinematography, the color vibrantness that we have here as opposed to what we saw in Ink is much more elaborate, and there's a lot more clarity to it, and he's just improved, and I can't help but put a smile on my face when I see that. Given the choice between the two films, I would probably take Ink over this one, just because I think that story was a little bit more easy to follow, and it was kind of a good versus evil hero's journey type thing. This one is more psychological and kind of more up in the air as to what exactly is going on. But I do think this film is wonderful, and it is a pretty cool story that I think everyone should check out. I'm gonna give The Frame 4.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
It's good. It's good. Good.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my video is where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, and we're going to be discussing another PayPal recommendation and donation from one of my friends who gave me a couple of recommendations. Susie Lemire, you recommended the film American Pop. Or is it American Soda? I don't know. I say pop. But it's an animated film that looks like it's about a lot of music and musicians, so I feel as I'm going into it, I'm going to be out of the loop because when it comes to artists and musicians, I don't put names to songs, I just listen to music. I don't care what it is. But it is from 1981, I believe, so we'll check it out next time. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, you can make a PayPal donation on the main page of my YouTube channel. Any size donation will do, just attach your movie recommendation with your donation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, give you a shout out on the channel, and get my review of it published as quickly as I possibly can. So guys, have you seen The Frame? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of American Pop. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.